Okay, since the Elite Beat Hero deck has had a bit of a facelift, it's time to update it. My first update for this year. So, we're just gonna rip our way straight into this and show off all the changes I made. So to start things off, I have obviously the playset of Neos, which is staple. I have the Stratos, and I'm now down to one Bubble Man. This isn't going to be a Bubble Beat focused deck, at least not at least this variant isn't. I'm just focusing it more on just pretty much just rank 4 Xyz just in general, and not just focusing exclusively on Blade Armor Ninja and whatnot. So yeah, going to stick with the one Bubble Man because I think that'll do the trick for me. Now for the new bits, Captain Gold. I got this in here because I saw the comment on another Hero Beat video that suggested Captain Gold and Skyscraper, so I thought I might as well give this a bit of a crack. It's a tech card at the moment. I haven't done any testing on it, so I'll have to see how this works out. But I think it should do a pretty decent job. It makes my it helps out a lot. So we've got just the one Thrasher now. Crusader of Endymion, just so I have an extra target for Gemini Spark. I could have gone with Evocator Chevalier, but there is a reason I've gone for this thing, and it will be revealed shortly. Honest, because I just have enough light stuff to make it worthwhile. Just the one Veiler, and Ignoble Knight of Black Launcelin. Right, level 5, Dark Attribute. You summon it to the field. You can special summon it by sending a face-up light attribute normal monster to the grave. And of course, since you've seen the rest of monsters, you know there are 4 targets in the form of the Gemini monsters. And basically, that is part of the strategy I have in this deck that allows me to go for rank 5 Xyzs in the deck, even though I've only got the one at the moment, because I'm just working out to see if it'll work out. If it'll work. Anyways, moving to the spells, double duality, double E-Call, and Rotor. You gotta have those, they're your general searches. The spells in general have not changed at all, pretty much. 3 Miracle Fusions, of course. 2 Super Polys. Skyscraper. Okay, I guess I was lying, there was one change. The Skyscraper, pretty much, that's why I got the Captain Gold in there. I can just ditch it to grave to get the Skyscraper out. It gets me a light target, a hero target for the Miracle Fusion. And obviously the Skyscraper is going to be helpful because it puts my alias onto 29, so it can run over stuff like Stardust. It runs over Shen, Lagya, pretty much so much stuff. It just helps them run over that stuff. Gemini Spark, of course. 3 is still pretty much the standard that one would need to run, especially so considering I have 4 Gemini monsters in here, so I got that extra target, so it helps. 3 MSTs. Standard. Then we got Storm, Darkhold, Reborn, Legend of Blue Eyes. That one is, by the way. Yeah. Traps, double warning, double hero blast, double compulsory. This is probably the first choice of trap that I'd side out, for games 2 and 3. Because it's probably the worst of all the traps here, even though it is still pretty decent. But double bottomless, I love this. Double torrential tribute. So that's the main deck done. Extra deck obviously has had a bit of a facelift. I have just the 2 Shinings now to make room for a couple other things. Where I'm going to be able to put a Skirridao in this deck, I've got no idea. 2 Absolute Zeros. I feel much more comfortable with 2 Absolute Zeros because of all the bloody Mermail stuff. That's why I've got the 2 of those in there. We got Nova Master, Great Tornado, Gaia, and Chimera Tech Fortress, just to, so that when I side into Cyber Dragons against machines, I will almost certainly side Cyber Dragons in anyway, because they also form part of the strategy to drop out rank 5 Exceeders, like this one here, number 12, Crimson Shadow Armor Ninja, and I believe I just knocked the camera over a little bit there. Yeah, basically, the idea is to basically get the strategy going where I have, like, Special Summon Cyber Dragon, normal summon, like, one of my Geminis, Centigrave for Ignoble Knight, and I get this thing out. And if I can combo it well with Blade Armor Ninja, which I just dropped, silly mate, then these two actually go very well, very much hand in hand together, because they're awesome. Because Crimson Shadow, drop an overlay unit, ninja monsters you control can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. It's a quick effect as well, so it goes off during the opponent's turn as well. And Blade Armor Ninja can also apply his effect onto Crimson Shadow Armor Ninja, giving him 2 attacks, which is always awesome. So there was that. There was my Blade Armor. I've only got one. I'm only running one now in terms of the Blade Armor. So, Heroic Champion Excalibur. We have Utopia Ray, regular Utopia, My Stroke, always awesome, and it's always better than yours, and Abyss Dweller, which I thought was awesome since I had the Bubble Man, and the idea is just go into the Bubble Man. If you can get out Absolute Zero, you have a 3500 Absolute Zero, and then there's this thing which is just awesome. It'll go to 22, which isn't the most out there powerful thing ever, but it's still pretty decent, so why not? Side deck, I might as well show off. I have 2 Thunder Kings, don't really feel like 3, and I've only got 4 anyways, because I got those 2, and then the other 2 that are in Dino Rabbit, because, I made some modifications to Dino Rabbit, so I've only got 2 Thunder Kings in Dino Rabbit now. Evocator Chevalier, just as an additional Gemini Spark target if I need it. Cyber Dragon, this is almost certainly going to come in almost all the time for game 2 and 3, just depending on the situation. Smash, I do see a couple of Chaos Dragon, and I know somebody else at the locals was running Hero Beat, so it would be good to have Soul Taker, but I've only got 1, so until then I'm just going to deal with the Snatching Ground. Prohibition, staple side in my opinion. This thing is just awesome. Your opponent runs like a deck with 1 key card, just call that key card, and that just rips that one massive gear out of the engine, forcing all the other gears to drop and go kablooey. So yeah, 2 Fiendish Chains to back up for my 1 effect failure. Mirror of Oaths, in case I go up against something like Dino Rabbit, like if I set this against the Dino Rabbit, they'll play the rabbit, bust out the double Cubazors. I flip this, both of those are destroyed, and both of them get destroyed, and I draw a card. Although in my opinion, Bottomless is still better because you can just banish both of those from play, and so they can't avarice them back. And to finish them up, I've got Double Dark Bribe. Just there. It is a very handy card, so I figured at least siding it would be a good idea. So that's it for my update on Elite Beat Hero. Hopefully when I get to testing this thing, it'll do reasonably well. I don't know how I'm going to do that though. My only way to test it out is on Dueling Network, and I don't really like Dueling Network, to be quite honest, because Dueling Network's only got its fair share of morons who don't really know the rules, and I just get sick and tired of having to bloody argue with somebody over how you can fucking chain how you can chain zero gravity to MST. So, yay. By the way, you can chain zero gravity to MST. That's a well-known fact. The moron I was playing said that you couldn't. He's a moron like that, but yeah. Alright, anyways, see you for my next video, whatever the hell that will be.